very special Gundam Battle Operation 2 featuring the Juaggu guy. Don't know if that's how it's said, but that's what we're going with. It is a unit from the MSV, or the Mobile Suit Variations. It's based on a prototype version of the Aku guy, but it was never officially used. There were only a few produced, and that's what we know about it, besides its very, very few appearances. In the game, it is a 350 ground-only support with a ballistic resistance of 22, a beam resistance of 20, and a melee resistance of 4. It has a range strength of 23, the plus ones from the upgrade, the melee strength of 12, a movement speed of an agonizing 80, and a thrust gauge of 45. For parts, we have close range 5, medium 11, and long range 8. It's a mid-range support, and I do like it for that. For equipment, it actually does have an optional main weapon, which we'll talk about in a second, is the triple rocket launcher ×2, where it shoots fairly damaging rockets that move somewhat slowish. Alternatively, you can get the rapid small rocket launcher. Well, kind of fun and kind of like a weird machine gun in a way. I have never had a match where using this has turned out well for me at all. So you might have a better option. I just haven't. Of course, we have the outer shell barrel enhanced punch. By the way, this has a melee priority of 2, so it will clash with most generals. And we have the abdominal mega particle cannons. The real punch for, especially at this cost from an energy weapon. It's pretty dang good, and if you hit with multiple beams, it's 600 damage per beam and it shoots 4. So you can do some dang good damage, and I believe it staggers. For skills, we have High Performance Radar Level 2, High Performance Scope, Observational Data Link, Precision Shelling. So if you're not moving in space, you get a plus 5% increase in your firing modifier, aka you kind of get a little damage boost. And if you're on ground, you kneel, you get it. It has enhanced tackle level 3, which is pretty good. Special head buffer level 1. I actually think this should be buffed up to level 2. Because, boy, you get headshots in this thing like crazy because its head is huge. And anti-blast stabilizer. Not bad. In terms of this unit, if it's well supported, it can be quite the pain in the butt, because it can hang somewhat back from the main generals and just dish out an absorbent amount of damage. So, in that term, the unit's quite tough. It's not exactly a slouch when it comes to melee combat. Its main problem is it's slow as sin. Anyone can catch it effectively. When you're dealing with the normal gun cannon in terms of speed, you got issues. Outside of that, even with its newer option, I don't find it that great. So this is a unit that I'd say is good, but it is very difficult, and especially the obscene level of raids, which raids have been obscenely pushed above. It just struggles. It struggles a lot, but a lot of supports have that problem. So let's see how it does in the match to come.
Hello and welcome to the match, everybody. This is one of those units that I gotta say I do actually quite enjoy using, but I don't know. I will admit I have struggled with supports a fair bit in the game, and usually I feel like I'm fighting them, but man, they do feel outmoded in a lot of cases. But this one I happen to like, the Elephant and Ride to Win. I'm going to try to boost and keep up with the team, but I had to burn out my thrusters for a little bit. And I'm not stupid, so I'm going to keep pushing forward till I get behind some of my guys. Most times my team just leaves me to die, and hey, look, it's a Zaku Flipper. We're gonna go ahead and just work him over a little bit. You can see the damage even against a raid, and that was another raid, is pretty decent. So now I've seen 2 raids, I decide that it's probably a good idea if I come over here and try to get a little bit of, well, elevation is a good way to put it. But man, am I struggling, because I'm trying to throw her around like a general. Alright, so here comes the Juaggu flipper. He's gonna peg me with that. He should have probably held that until he got a little closer. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of wiggling while he's firing those rockets so that he has to walk into some of them. And bam! And his legs are out. So we're just gonna continue to pound him. And bam, gone. So this unit can put out the damage. It can be a threat. Oop, there's another guy. We'll just take him out with a spread of rockets. And I'm gonna throw some more damage out. That's not a bad amount of damage, I gotta say. The machine guns are great and all, but I struggle to use them adequately. So there's some more damage. You can see the unit can pump out damage fairly consistent. I just kind of wish it was, well, faster. So I'm going to try to cruise over here. I know that my team is not going to shift over the culture, so I'm going to just try to work his legs over a little. And I'm in a bit of a bad situation because both of these raids are here. I'm gonna die. So, yeah, it's not bad. First life. Almost made it halfway through the match without dying. And what can I say? It's not other players' job to babysit you, but man, there's so many matches where I have. If I just had a little bit of support, I could have done so much more in a support. Supports really just need support. We need a support for a support. But we're going to spawn right back in here. I'm not going to keep complaining about it. I'm going to try to get a cheeky shot, but I pulled it a little bit. We're going to use the rockets instead. Now, normally I would be kind of concerned with pushing out a little bit, but in this case, I need to stay as close to my group as I can, which is almost an impossible task. I took a shot at that raid that killed me earlier. I'm just going to try to pin him down a tiny bit. That's going to misunderstand the range on this. The range on your actual rocket cannons is a lot more than your energy. As you can see when I was hitting the Juaggu flipper over there. He's going to keep badgering me, but I'm going to throw out damage where I can. And he understands that if I keep being left alone up here, that I'm going to be able to do an obscene amount of damage. So I come over trying to get a cheeky shot there, but nothing. And there we go. He's got the anti-air gun. Good for him. He's trying so hard with those lasers just a little higher up. I'm going to punish him for getting hit with tradition. And he's going to keep firing at me. No one's going to push him, really. And we're in a bit of an ugly situation. I don't have any ability to get an angle on anyone. And I don't know where all of the raids are. So I'm just going to keep trying to add in where I can. Got a few cheeky shots there. Their support dropped in. So I'm going to come over because I wanted to help. Let's see. 4 and was it 3? I don't know. Oh no, 4 and 1. Sorry, it's not bad. And yeah, this is one of the big issues. If you don't have a front line, you can get pushed so easy. And honestly, my team's not gonna pay attention to the Juaggu there. So I'm just gonna back off. I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna see their Hell Rider Cavalry. I'm going to pop a little bit into his legs. I see the raid there, and I'm going to push over here. I think he's going to try to cut around to get me, but I'm not going to stay very still for it. So I'm just going to pop down here, take a few shots I'm going to miss by. their base is going to get hit. I'm going to throw that there to annoy, I believe that's their support, which is a Juaggu there. Going to hit him with that. I misunderstand my positioning and it cost me. I didn't mean to actually do guard. But that's what you get, and they get murdered by the two obscenely desperate raids to murder the only support in the other team. And, yeah, this match is just a weird one. Number 1 is going to get taken out in a second. Number 3 is going to fight like a champion for probably about the next minute. I wish I could actually show you some of his footage of this match, because dude just refuses to go down for a while. And I'm wondering why 4 and 5 aren't spawning in, especially considering they're starting to really make a push. 5 comes in to try to go after A. I'm going to drop in here, and I'm going to target that raid to give him a bit of a pain in the ass. Hit the flipper there, because I don't want him getting away from number 1. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to throw some of those rounds there, because even a raid, most raids are not going to take that less damage from the rockets, I guess. So I'm just going to keep harassing him to try to keep him moving, and let my team do their job. Okay, so they recaptured A couple seconds ago. And I'm gonna go and walk up here like I'm Yokozuna, waddling in to take the Undertaker on, and there, he's gone. He got casketed. Yeah! That was a great match, by the way, back in the day. No, it was bad for Yokozuna. I'm gonna try to push as much as I can, but it's more in that I can throw a lot of damage out. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to throw some ill-timed shots down there, and I'm going to mess my guy up. Going to 5. He's having to deal with my stupidity. But I get him into the point of death, and I try to do the same with the support there. Where's his other support? Is that just a Juaggu? Oh, I might be calling the wrong thing. My bad. We'll see in a minute. Alright, so how are we doing? Well, that's a pose, alright. And 3 spots, not bad. Yep, there's a Juaggu marine type. My bad. Sorry, not the support version.